Okay, so I had somebody ask me, what is a TCPA? What exactly are you doing here? Telemarketers are required to do certain things by federal and state law. On the state level, they are required to be registered and licensed and bonded to operate in that particular state. For example, in the state of Florida, if a company is telemarketing and they're not registered and licensed and bonded, they're actually committing a felony, believe it or not. On a federal level, you have the TCPA, the Telephone Consumer Protection Act. And let me give you a couple provisions of what that is. Part of it says that you cannot telemarket a cell phone, regardless if the call is a live or recorded message, without express written permission to do so. That means if a company is calling your cell phone in the interest of telemarketing you, they need to have express written permission, more than just checking a box on a website or simply agreeing to telemarketing calls. They need your express written permission. That applies regardless if you are on the do not call list or not. This act also prohibits calling landlines or cell phones with a recorded message unless the company calling has a business relationship with the recipient and express written permission again. The act also requires that any recorded message state the identity of the business responsible and their phone number during the call. Obviously, it prohibits calling anybody on the do not call list. I'm sure you've heard of the federal do not call list. The FCC has a website that can help you apply for that if needed. It also, there's a provision called the Truth in Caller ID Act, and it prohibits people using caller spoofing to telemarket, which means when a telemarketer calls you and they're using a fake phone number or a non-real phone number, they violated the law. Last but not least, if you've asked not to be called in previous calls and they're calling you again, that's another violation. So the TCPA allows for $500 per violation per call. So if a company calls your cell phone with a pre-recorded message and you've told them not to in the past, you're on the do not call list, they've committed several different violations at $500 per violation. And if the violator knowingly broke the law, which most of these companies know, they know they're doing the wrong thing. They know they're breaking the law. They're not stupid. They're aware of this law. So if the violator knowingly broke the law and a court can prove that they did so, they have to pay up to triple damages. So instead of $500 per violation, it's $1,500 per violation. And do the math. If you had 6 violations on one call at $500 per violation, tripled, it's a significant amount of money. And if it's multiple calls, it all adds up. So what do you do if you get these calls? Well, you need an attorney. I know quite a few good attorneys that specialize in TCPA law. If you want to shoot me an email, superstitionservices@gmail.com. I can help you find those attorneys and put you in touch with them. If you have questions regarding the law or questions regarding specific calls, feel free to email me. There are some calls that are obviously scams. You get a bunch of them out of Pakistan, for example, that try to claim that your social security number is suspended. Those are scam calls. They're just trying to get you to send them money or trying to get personal information out of you. They're not companies you're going to be able to take any action against. We have to leave that up to the federal government, unfortunately. But if you're getting calls from legitimate companies here in the States and they're violating the TCPA, you are entitled to damages. And I always tell people, record all your phone calls. I've said that in previous videos. If you record the call, it's a heck of a lot harder for those people to deny what they did was wrong in a court of law. And quite honestly, most of these companies will settle before they even go to court because they know what they're doing is wrong. Their attorneys know what they're doing is breaking the law. So they're probably going to settle with you. Regardless, I can pretty much guarantee that if you go after enough of them, the telemarketing calls will stop. Have a good day.